Hello everybody, welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video. My name is DFree and welcome back. We're going to go ahead and cover the launch characters, basically the launch sparking characters. And I wanted to get this done because there has been some speculation about new characters and stuff like that, and new leaks and stuff about new characters coming out really soon. Don't know when, don't have a date for you, but soon. So I wanted to get this out and do this as like a memento to the first characters that were sparking rarity in the game. And we're going to go ahead and grade them and see which ones are the best based on my opinion, of course. Of course, this is subjective because it is opinion-based. But I will say that if you guys do want to chime in at any point, feel free to do so in the comments. So to begin, the first character I'm going to take a look at, despite, and I want to say this really quick before I jump in, understand that all the sparking characters are good. Every single one of them are good. They're all the best characters in the game. They're all really good. It's just some are better than others, and some are better than others because of things like the teams they can be on. Some are better than others because of the skills that they have and how they suit the character and their stat distributions, etc., etc. But they're all really, really good. And that actually extends, that net widens to every character in the game, because if you haven't noticed, yes, lower rarity characters are at an innate disadvantage because they don't have the statistics to match up with the sparking naturally. But depending on your playstyle, your team that you have, and you know how skilled you are, because there is a level of skill when it comes to playing this game, believe it or not, and how much work you put into soul boosting your characters, all these characters with the right amount of effort can be really, really good. So don't overlook the heroes or extremes and stuff like that. And the reason why I wanted to bring that up too is because I previously did this exact same thing for all the extreme characters. So to jump in to begin my sparking list, it's Pan. And the thing about Pan is Pan probably is the best character in the game in terms of regen for ki. She's really, 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 really good at that. Like, I can tell you, I've gone from maybe 30 ki to being locked into like a 3 or 4 arts card combo from the opponent, to being back into my 90s before I can even do anything. So she is incredibly good at that. It's just where Pan fails is her statistics. She doesn't have the overall stats that a lot of other characters have. She doesn't hit as hard. She doesn't output as well. So a lot of people overlook her because of that, or simply because she's Pan and they don't really like Pan. But for now, the reason why she's at the bottom of my list is because of her tags and the way that this character can be used. So if I come down to her Z ability right here, she gives the female warriors, the characters with the tag female warrior, which right now, if we scroll all the way up, and by the way guys, we're on legends.dbz.space, that's the website if you want to check this stuff out, but she's the only character in this right now. But bookmark this, okay, because in the future, right, we know we're going to get more. We're going to get Ribrianne, we're going to get Kale, we're going to get Caulifla, we're going to get, nobody cares about Ribrianne, we're going to get those characters, we're going to get Android 18, we're going to get more female characters. So in the future, Pan will probably be a lot better than she is now, and that's the simple reality of things. But she's really good, and like I said, probably the best character at spamming those attacks because of the fact that she is very good at ki regen. Ki restore speed is very high too, 26, 24. Also, her tomboyish girl ability here, minus 30% to enemies' ki restore speed. This is ridiculous. So what you have here, and especially in tandem with a character like Piccolo, who we'll talk about eventually in this video, but in tandem with a character like that, you're able to limit the opponent in how fast they can spam their cards. And that's 20 timer counts. It's actually very long in-game. 20 in-game seconds is quite a while. If you didn't notice, the timer stops during certain events in the game. So coupling that up with her own plus 20% to ki restore speed and her naturally high ki restore speed. So what happens is ultimately she's able to spam while you can't do anything but dodge, I guess, sometimes if your gauge is full to dodge. So that's where this character's good at. That's what she excels at. She doesn't excel in the statistics. She doesn't hit incredibly hard. I would also say that it's kind of weird that she boosts her strike damage a bit. You know, Maiden Blast boosts strike damage by 15%. 15% here with the extra card, Dancing Para. You know, things like that she's pretty good at as well. She likes to do strike attacks. She's not great at it. That's just the reality. 153.75k is her max attack for strike attack. So that's that character. And like I said, in the future, she'll have more access to that. But what really screws her is this game has some really good top-end Saiyans. The Gokus, the Vegetas, and stuff like that. The Raditzes, the Nappas. Has some really good top-end Saiyans. But the hybrid Saiyan characters do not have the Saiyan tag. They don't have the flat Saiyan tag as you would expect. They have hybrid Saiyan, which another thing right now, there's no support for that. There's no support for that. So she misses out. If she's on a Saiyan team, she's not getting any buffs. from the Saiyan Z abilities. And if you didn't know, I've said it a bunch of times, but construct your team around Z abilities, because the one that Pan has right here, this is, even if she doesn't even go into battle, right? This applies to herself if she does go into battle, but she gives herself however much percentage based on the level. This goes up with Z Awakening for her. Not Z Awakening, Dokkan talk there, but limit breaking. This is active even if you don't take the character in battle. So for a character like that Gohan we just saw with the Hybrid Saiyans, he has a nice ability to support Hybrid Saiyans. Hybrid Saiyans base critical. Even if you don't actually take him as one of your 3 characters, on a team with Pan, she's actually able to crit pretty often. So that helps. So in the future, she's going to be one of the characters that jumps up on this list. But for now, she's bottom tier, to be honest. And it's kind of not even close. But next character I have is Piccolo. Here's the deal with Piccolo. I think Piccolo is probably my favorite character in the game, and I also especially love the love for Piccolo in this game, just because we don't get to see this character very often in a lot of media and a lot of games and stuff like that. He kind of gets shafted or doesn't make an appearance in games or things like that, but he's such an awesome character in my mind. Off the bat, though, this is a strike attack, and not only that, blast attack. They're way higher than Pan's values, I believe. I don't know Pan's blast attack value, but again, she's a support type, so she doesn't particularly have a niche in terms of the stats. So 153 and 150. So yeah, way higher. And Piccolo is a melee type, so he likes to use strike arts cards. That's what he really excels at. Now, if we scroll down to this character, his Z ability, yellow characters get a increase to their base health. Now, this isn't as good as a more general thing, in my opinion. Well, you know what? I want to recant that. This is probably one of the better types of Z abilities. What this panders to is it panders more to having a mono-colored team or things like that, which unfortunately I can't really see mono-colors being a good thing in this game. I can't, just because of the way that this game is, how easy it is to counter characters. But you know, at the very least, he does give that to himself, so he has more increased health. Also, I want to point out that he is anti-Frieza Force, so plus 20% damage inflicted to anybody with the tag Frieza Force, which is a character like Vegeta. I believe he has that tag, so not only does he have type advantage over Vegeta, who is going to be pretty high on this list, I'm going to say, he also has dominion over him because Vegeta has the Frieza Force tag, and these are all the characters currently in the game with this. Now, there will be more Vegetas and more characters in the future, but right now, that's another thing that this Piccolo is very, very good at. So keep that in mind too. His main ability, plus 10 to cost for strike and blast arts for all enemies. This is annoying because your arts cards cost 10 more for 15 in-game seconds. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like when in conjunction with Pan, you know, you have a really control-y type of team you can build if you have those two types of characters. Otherwise, deals major impact damage with the fire kick, so that's pretty awesome. Also, the chance to faint. This is pretty cool. It's 20%, 1 in 5 chance. But if it does pop off, your opponent's immobile. They're not able to do anything, so that helps tremendously. So keep that in mind too. If you want to pop that off, you can. But otherwise, Piccolo, like I said, he's pretty cool. He just doesn't really have the oomph that he needs. He also doesn't have the team support right now. Like in the future, maybe there will be some support for otherworld characters, which again is just like Female Warrior. There's nothing really here, but I can't really see this jumping into a lot of things right now. Maybe in the future we get like Janemba, or maybe if they want to be really cheeky, we get other universe characters, right? I don't know, but Otherworld seems to imply what Otherworld would be in this, like, you know, like they're passed away or things like that, like they're not living characters. But nonetheless, if they want to be cheeky, there's a lot of room for that. I don't know what Unknown is, but oh, it must be something that these characters have. Sure, whatever. So yeah, Piccolo is next on my list, and it's because he didn't really have a lot of room for growth, but in the future, hopefully he is better. Now, next on my list is actually this is basically the midway point, pretty much. It's going to be the free sparking Goku that costs rare medals, but rare medals are free currency right now. So yeah, this guy's pretty awesome. I really enjoy him. He's a Saiyan, and he helps out a lot because of he's more defense focused. That's his battle style. That's also his Z ability down here, plus whatever percentage depending on limit break, but outright Z ability level 1, 19% to any character with the tag Saiyan base strike defense. So as I was saying earlier, Pan, she doesn't have that. She has hybrid Saiyans. So ultimately, you have characters that have support for Saiyan, and all these characters are really good at it. I mean, we look at Raditz. This Goku's doing defense. Raditz, if we scroll down, is doing health, and a nice amount of health at that. We look at this Goku. He's doing strike attack. The other Goku that is right here is doing strike attack too. So ultimately, there's a lot of support for Saiyans already in the game. And this character is able to reap the rewards of all of that. So while he may not be spectacular offensively, I mean, 167 and 154 aren't bad stats when at max value, of course. But nonetheless, while he might not be spectacular in those things yet, being on the team with those characters helps him out tremendously. So keep that in mind. So when we scroll down, Last Hope causes enemy to receive 40% more blast damage. So if you pop your main ability, which I don't know if I ever did this in that order, but if you use your main ability, you also use your pose, you know, you're able to pop off the Spirit Bomb with major explode damage plus a 30% chance to faint. I'm not even going to talk about that one. You're going to do a lot of damage. An enemy receives plus 15% of blast damage. So he is really good. He's kind of all or nothing, as you would expect from a character launching the Spirit Bomb. He's all or nothing, man. You go all in with that Spirit Bomb. So I like this character a lot, and I'm not saying that in a biased type of way, because I like every character in the game personally, but I think that the options that he has available to him, being probably the best defensive Saiyan in the game right now, especially with the Z ability and stuff, helps out tremendously. And then, of course, the support that he has for the team is a definite must. So if you haven't picked this guy up, definitely go for it. He's available in the exchange area that you can find from PvP or from going to buy crystals and stuff like that. So he's next on my list. But I don't think that the gap between him and Piccolo or Pan, for that matter, is particularly high. So for the last three characters, next one is the Super Saiyan Goku. Now, I'm not particularly critical of Super Saiyan Goku. I feel like he probably would have been better suited being a melee type character versus being a ranged character, because I like him. I really like that. I mean, it just seems like it panders more to his blast attack than I feel like it probably should. You can see the disparity there. He has like 40k more or so blast attack. Not that he doesn't do things that are blast attack, but for me personally, I would have preferred for him to be more of a physical card. So Goku is unique because he's the only character that picks up an extra arts card via, well, the only sparking, because there are some other characters that pick up other types of cards, but nonetheless, he picks up an extra ultimate arts card. I don't know if he's the only character that picks up an ultimate arts card, aside from like the ones that go ahead and self-destruct. I don't know if that's considered or not an ultimate arts card, or just like, you know, the other type of card, the purple one. But nonetheless, he picks up that. So Super Dragon Fist, trust me, it's not a Dragon Fist. It's a misname, but whatever. A lot of games actually call things Dragon Fist or whatever when it's really not. But nonetheless, he does a punch-kick combo into a Kamehameha. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Otherwise, Z ability, base strike attack, this also helps him out a lot as well. This is why, I think this is probably mainly why he's a ranged type, because this is really making up for the disparity in the stat right here. Just outright, if you don't have anybody to raise his blast attack, which I think that Raditz, Vegeta, both of them, I don't know. If you don't have that, then outright, basically, this disparity disappears just by using this Goku on your team, because he'll be giving himself this. So that's kind of why they did it, but nonetheless, I still feel like, you know, personally, I would probably like that a little bit more. So pretty awesome Z ability there for himself. Unique ability, Avenge Krillin. Blast attack goes up by 35% when Krillin is defeated. So yeah, Goku's best teams are Saiyans with Krillin, basically, on the team. Just send the Krillin out there to go down. Goku does a lot more damage. Super Kamehameha, plus 15 to own special move arts power for 15 timer counts. So you would want to use Super Kamehameha into Dragon Fist. That's what they're implying here by 15% of the own special move arts power. So that's what they want you to do. And you can also pick up Dragon Fist at any point. And the best thing about Super Dragon Fist is it costs, I believe, 20 key as opposed to the natural 50 that Super Kamehameha would cost you. So you would use this, then use your main ability, which is my turn, and then that would give you, you know, Super Dragon Fist there. So that's how that works out for you. It does take a little bit of time to get my turn, though. 25 timer counts is quite a while. Otherwise, plus 15% to damage inflicted. It's smart that they did to damage inflicted as opposed to just stagnant, you know, blast attack or strike attack or things like that. But nonetheless, awesome character. He's the first character that you particularly get for free by leveling up. If you didn't know, you get all of them eventually, all the starter ones except for Spirit Bomb Goku, I guess. You get all of them by leveling up your Z level eventually, but Goku, they gave you him outright. Now, he doesn't have any stars or limit breaks, but he's right there. I'm not critical of him because of that. I don't want to judge him because of that, but that's just how my I guess my approximation breaks down. And now for the top, here's the deal. The only ones left are Piccolo and Vegeta. Here's the deal. Right now, if you held a weapon to my head and asked me which one I would take over the other, without factoring in Z ability or anything like that, I would say Piccolo. I would, just because outright his skills are awesome. But that being said, with what is available to Vegeta, it's hard to ignore him. And also the fact that he hard counters Piccolo. If you didn't notice, all these characters kind of hard counter each other. That's just kind of how they designed it, which is I really like it. It's like, oh, Vegeta's the best character in the game, technically. Well, Piccolo comes in and just utterly destroys Vegeta. But wait, Super Saiyan Goku just destroys Piccolo, especially if he's on a team with Nappa down there, because Nappa increases damage to yellow characters. But wait, the blue character's not really Pan as much, but maybe in the future, you know, Spirit Bomb Goku, he can live a little bit. But wait, Piccolo, they all hard counter each other. That's the dichotomy that they've established. But between Piccolo and Vegeta, it's 1A, 1B type of deal. I still believe Piccolo is probably the best character in the game, but I don't want to deny Vegeta the place of being #1 on my list just because of the options he has. So let's go over Vegeta or Piccolo first. Defensive type character. Very, very good character overall. I would say he's kind of slow. Key restore speed, I haven't been focusing on that too much. 1600 isn't bad, though. Restores all allies health by 25% and cures abnormal conditions. So if you get fainted or whatever, bleed damage, etc., he'll get rid of that. That's super clutch. Allies by 25%, super clutch. If you use Piccolo, do me a favor. Make sure you bring Piccolo in and use his main ability last. Don't use it before your characters go down, because that's what this is here for. I've seen a lot of people kind of use Piccolo. I do it myself sometimes. Use Piccolo's ability like way early on when there's nothing really to heal on your allies, or when your allies are already defeated. You don't really, if you do it that way, you don't really see the value of that. But that's incredible. Also, his strike defense goes up with his Z ability. Also, keep in mind, it's one of those monocolor type ones, green, as opposed to like a special tag. And here's where the real, juice comes in. Anti-Saiyan. Blast attack inflicted versus Saiyan characters plus 20%. So he goes hard at Saiyans, first and foremost. Secondly, reduce damage received by 50% when he switches in to a combo. So say somebody's using a blast card and you switch into Piccolo, he takes literally half of that damage. Incredible. Also, Special Beam Cannon, low-key, is one of the hardest hitting moves in this game. So I'm going to put that out there. Causes enemy to receive 15% more blast damage for 15 timer counts as well. I can't tell you a time I've used Special Beam Cannon and it didn't one-shot somebody. Like, I can't tell you a time. Like, it's incredibly powerful. I don't know the modifiers and how they scale this, because it looks like everyone is major. But they do have other little things like Pierce and Blast. Impact and stuff. I don't really know what all of that means yet. To be 100% honest, you impact here. I guess it kind of is literal, isn't it? You get impacted with a Kamehameha, you get impacted with a Galaga, but you get pierced by a Special Beam Cannon. I don't know if it matters at all, but I guess. Anyways, unlock key, form of attack, plus 15% to strike and blast inflicted. So pretty awesome character, man. He's really good. Really, really good. But he suffers from what Pan and Piccolo suffered from earlier. There's nobody really to pair with him. There just isn't right now. And that's why I said Vegeta has to take #1 spot, because there's just nobody to pair with this character right now. Like, he has no tags, nothing you would want. Saiyan Saga, whatever. Like, oh, okay, sure. There's nothing really here. So hopefully, that's his era, actually. So hopefully soon we do get something like that. Nonetheless, #1, like I said, Vegeta. Gonna speed through Vegeta a little bit. Higher key restore speed than Piccolo, that's for sure. Prince's Pride, plus 50% to blast damage inflicted, so he's very good at inflicting blast attacks. He's also a range type, just like Goku. So to break this down, by the way, Pan was a support type. We had a melee type here. We have 2 ranged types in Goku and Vegeta, and we have 2 defense types between Piccolo and Goku. So that's how that breaks down, if you were wondering. For the people at home, Z ability, blast attack increase for Saiyan characters. So Goku, I'm looking at you. You really wanted that, sure, because you have naturally high blast attack. So this character goes hard at Super Warrior. So anybody that has the tag Super Warrior, which is basically Z Fighters. If you didn't know, that's what that means. It's a Z Fighter character, a character like Tien. So these are all the Super Warriors in the game right now. So keep that in mind. But he goes hard at them, increasing his damage by 20%. Blast damage inflicted. Also deals major impact damage with the Gallic Gun, plus 15% to own Blast Art's power. And lastly, his extra card, plus 15% of blast damage inflicted. So everything increases his blasts all over the place. And he has naturally very high blast attack too. I believe the highest blast attack, 225 versus well, just a little bit under Goku's, but who's counting considering that he gets more buffs to it. So that's about it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Have an awesome day. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you happen to be new. Share this video out with your friends. I know you guys have had some heated debates about this. And I'll catch you guys in the next Dragon Ball Legends video. Take it easy, guys, and peace out.